All right, when Kyrie Irving is not apologizing to LeBron James, first and foremost, the boy was balling last night. That was one of the best games I ever seen Kyrie Irving play. I'm talking about not just as a Boston Celtic, but even to his days back in Cleveland. And I've watched Kyrie Irving light San Antonio up for 50. Like, I've watched Kyrie Irving have some phenomenal games. But that game against the Toronto Raptors, one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team in the East, what I watched Kyrie Irving do, that was impressive. 27 points, 18 assists, and 5 rebounds, ladies and gentlemen. And he made the shot of shots to win that game for his Celtics team, or at least clinch it. And Kyrie Irving is playing just that engaged on both ends of the court because he's not a premier defender in the league to me by any means. Too small, honestly, and doesn't have the wingspan to be a great defender. But when he's just engaged and can make time and help make timely stops, and when he's that engaged offensively, he is the clutchest player in the NBA to me. Like, look at this shot, y'all. That is with the game in the balance. Like, it's only a 2-point game. That is the shot of shots to win this team a game. You see the emotion. The Celtics have been struggling overall. They're 5th or 4th in the East right now. They're not up into the expectation that Celtics team had coming into the year. Kyrie has pretty much voiced his frustration, I'm sure behind the scenes, but definitely publicly with his Celtics team and how he feels as though the younger guys are not giving it everything that they need to give night in and night out. To me, he's calling out guys like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward in so many words. And maybe even an Al Horford, right? He's calling these guys out, saying it's tough to lead. He's saying, I had to apologize to LeBron and call him for some game because it's tough. It is tough to lead a team. We know Kyrie is, and then he's in a contract year with all that being said, and there is talk of the Celtics moving on from him, right? There are rumblings that if they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, this Boston Celtics team might have to look in another direction and keep more of their team together. So, this is an emotional time to be Kyrie Irving. He wanted this trade. Now he's got to back that up with everything that comes with that. So he's playing basketball right now for his life, for his Boston Celtics life. Obviously, a lot of teams will want Kyrie Irving if he decides to not be brought back by Boston. He says he wants to be in Boston. But Kyrie don't want to go out like that. He's a competitor. He's got a hell of an ego. And I think he started some in Boston, and he wants to finish it. And anything short of that is disappointing to a guy like Kyrie. And he knows that Toronto Raptors team is going to be in the way. And he looked at that game as a big momentum boost for his Boston Celtics team. Now, here's the thing. That game is in Boston, right? Unless he can turn this thing around with the Celtics, they're not going to have home court in the playoffs. Definitely when we're comparing them to a team like Milwaukee or Toronto. So maybe the Celtics to get it turned around by playoff time. But do they have it turned around enough to go in Milwaukee and win a Game 7? Maybe. Do they have it turned around to go in Toronto and win a Game 7? To go in Philly and win a Game 7? Because they're trailing all of those teams right now in the standings. So I think it's pivotal for the Celtics to turn it around and win and turn up around All-Star break and after and get a few wins on the board and at least catch a couple of these teams. So maybe Milwaukee's one. I believe the Boston Celtics believe they could go in Milwaukee and win a Game 7. I don't know if they believe they could go beat Kawhi in Toronto in a Game 7 format. I don't know about that. That Toronto crowd gonna be rocking, bruh. And that Celtics fan base is phenomenal. Use them. You get home court to the best of your abilities so you have that phenomenal, probably the most savvy basketball crowd in the country on your side, outside of New York. So this is an emotional time for Kyrie, and you just seen it in that performance. One of the best games I've ever seen Kyrie play. Again, 27 points, 18 assists, and 5 boards at the point guard spot. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefera.
Shout out to Mr. Telefera.
You're watching Mr. Telefera TV.
Mr. Telefera TV, here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.